We won the Miss NAFA competition, hands down. We won the best costume, best talent award. We got the crown. Cultural performances too, it was on top. Even the entire dignitaries have to do a standing ovation for Volta region. The 2026 National Festival of Arts and Culture is going to be hosted by Volta region.
This is Ghana Month, and obviously we cannot be talking about Ghana Month, we cannot be talking about culture, we cannot be talking about independence and not come to the Center for National Culture. They basically host culture for us. They understand the ins and outs of what it means to be Ghanaian and African. So we are here now to meet the director. Fine boss, cool, soft-spoken lady. Please meet our guest. Hi, madam.
Hello.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
It's been a great pleasure to finally get to sit down with you. It's a great pleasure. So please introduce yourself to our guests.
Okay, so I am Mrs. Lydia Nyako Ampoma, the Regional Director, Center for National Culture, Volta region.
Okay, so that's the director. She's a big girl. So like, we salute the boss for being part of us. Okay, so the burning question is, Center for National Culture, what do you do here? What's your mandate? You have a beautiful building. Well, almost beautiful on the outside and everything. We'll be discussing those ones though. But outside, we see at events, we see here Center for National Culture. What do you really do here?
Yeah, so as a center, we are here basically to promote and develop our cultural heritage. So what we do is to promote whatever is made in Ghana and promote arts and culture as well. So we have a whole lot of program outline that we do. Some are targeted at the youth. We have Youth Talent Expo. We have a Talented Kids program to ensure that the creative talent among the youth are exhibited. Sometimes we visit schools to also talk to them about career development opportunities in the arts. And then there is art and cultural quiz competition for them to promote the mother language, our mother tongue language, and so on and so forth. We do this enterprise skills training program so that people can learn creative arts in hair braiding. They learn how to do arts and painting, all as part of elevating poverty, and then create employment within the community. You know, it's not all about white-collar jobs, but even our own creative arts can help create employment. So there are lots we do, and we celebrate our annual Art and Culture Festival as well. During that time, we bring dancers, those in the art fraternity. We all come together to celebrate art and culture. What we are introducing currently is the Drum and Dance Academy. Those who want to learn how to drum, how to dance, how to learn more about our cultural heritage, we have opened up an academy, like a school.
Wow.
You come, you learn. At the end of the year, there will be a graduation, you get a certificate, and then you are also good to go.
And then with those of us who don't know how to dance, my wedding, my wife spoiled me, poto. I'm coming to school, I'm coming to dance academy, I'll show you level.
Yeah.
Okay, so that being said, it means it's not just what we just see around. There's so much happening behind the scenes that we don't hear about a lot. I had Talented Kids, something of that sort.
Yes.
Huh. Here in the Volta region, here now.
Yeah. We've had the first edition already.
Okay.
And this year, in the month of April, we'll do the auditioning, and then it's a whole 3-month event.
Okay.
They need to be good to go. We roll it every Sunday. You come here, you come and watch. It's live on Facebook. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlie, then we know they see things. So. Wow. Okay. So, someone in your position, it feels like a lot of work, because the things you mentioned, even one of them is a whole lot. It's a lot of work. How do you manage all this? What drives you to this? Because if it's not something you love and you're passionate about, art and craft, if you're not passionate about it, you can't do it. What drives you?
Yes, the help of God first, and then we work as a team.
Okay.
The Center for National Culture is made up of a whole lot of units.
Okay.
We have the visual art that is made up of the textiles unit, the general art. You've seen people learning how to do beading with clay.
Yeah.
They are all under the visual art department. Okay. So we have those who do batik, tie and dye and other stuff. So visual art department, painting, textiles, creative art, and so on and so forth. We have the performing arts department. Mm-hmm. That department also handles stagecrafts and other stuff. How to dance, mm-hmm. and how to learn more into our history and culture. That department handles. So when it's the talented kids show time, for children to even gather the courage to stand and talk to the general public, we have somebody who grooms them.
Wow.
And that person is from the performing arts department. And we have research and documentation department. Mm-hmm. They also do more stuff about researching into our cultural heritage and so on and so forth. So it's a whole team work. It's not done by one person. That's why you see all the successes we are talking like that.
Wow. Wow. If you're wondering why we are doing this interview today, this is the first interview we are doing outside the studio. It's always, beautiful lights, everything. But this one, the artwork here, Charlie, our studio doesn't even come close. That is why we are here today. So it should tell you about the beauty of what happens here. But going on, in an era of technology, artificial intelligence, social media, and a whole lot, how are you able to blend this cultural thing? Because culture is almost directly opposite technology or advancement and everything. How do you fuse this together? Do people still have interest in these things?
Yeah. When we talk about culture, culture is dynamic. One thing we have to know. And culture is our way of life. When we wake up every morning, we go online, we do this, whatever you do, your way of life, the food you eat, the clothes you wear, everything about you forms culture. So now if you are going online, then it is now becoming your way of life. Then it should also, one thing is that we should learn how to blend technology with what we also used to do. So now you have the opportunity to promote whatever you used to do through the internet as well. So we are not working in separate ways at all. Whatever we become is now becoming part of our culture. Somebody was of the argument that now Christianity, previously we see Christianity as alien to our culture. But now Christianity is even part of our culture because you wake up every morning, you pray. Every Sunday you go to church. It's now part of your way of living. It's your way of life now. So it has now become part of your culture. And that's why we say culture is dynamic. The way we used to see our culture 20 years ago, previously you eat in a ceramic something, but now you eat in plates, and it doesn't mean that you are not who you are.
Yes. Okay.
Things are just changing, and you are. So, and just that there is also some aspect of our culture that we always try to also preserve so that we don't forget about it, like how to train children so that they'll be respectful to adults and other stuff. That one we have to hold it dearly. But when you get to some aspect that is changeable and things are moving and you have to move along with it, why not?
Do that. Okay. That is beautiful to know. There's something called tourism, culture tourism. Okay, this tourism podcast is Double V for Visit Volta again. So we always like to promote tourism more. There are situations where people travel to places just to witness their culture. Okay, there are a lot of invites I received to go to Benin, some of their festivals over there, and a whole lot. I think when the speaker was coming to town last weekend, there were some cultural performances and everything. How are we packaging our things? How is the center? I don't know if let me even ask the bigger question. Okay, all these performances that we see in town, festivals and all those things, do they collaborate or do they come together with the center to come on, kind of make some of these things work?
Yes. Last week, when the Speaker of Parliament was there, it was the Center for National Culture, our folkloric team that performed to welcome. Yes.
Sweet.
So we are here as a government institution to support any project, any celebration or event that is going on. That is it. And then when it comes to cultural tourism, what we want the general public to know is that our doors are widely open. If you are here purposely to learn, or you have traveled all the way to come and learn about art and culture, we will give you everything. Even when the event itself is not happening real, you want us to even stage it for you.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we do that for everybody. And then we add, about the festivals, yes, we have our cultural offices in all the 18 districts within the Volta region.
Oh, really?
Yes, we have, when you visit all the assemblies, we have cultural officers there. So for people like us, we are part of the Asogli Festival. Yes, so we help support in planning, and as part of it, we have this Kora Festival that we do as part of and it is being hosted by the Center for National Culture as part of the festival. So our officers are always there to give all the advice and the support that the traditional authorities may need from us.
This, I mean, we're sounding a little biased, but during the celebration, there's one performance or one group I always look out for, your troupe. When they come with their big flags and they are, oh God, it's so beautiful. Was it last 2 years around the MTN office? The performance was, you know, I'll be putting some of the videos on screen now for you to see the level of passion these people had. It's just beautiful. But with what you said, something just clicked in mind. So, Center for National Culture, this is also a tourism destination.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, and we receive a lot of tourists. The last time people came from all over the world to learn how we do abatek tie and dye. We have a special way of doing it that it takes so much time before it fades. So they came for training and then if you want to learn dancing skills, we are there. If you want to learn beading, we are there. So it's a whole tour package for individuals who want to learn. You want to learn painting. So when you come, we get visitors like this. Every department becomes very busy. And we have ways and means to ensure that you understand some basic skills in whatever you want to learn. Because the full lesson may take about 3 weeks before you grab the entire concept. But at least we give you the basic skills on a day trip. But if you want to also pay and have time to learn more, maximum 2-3 weeks, you are good to go.
You know, look, viewers, I really don't have so much more to ask. Do you know why? Most of the questions I have to ask, it's like you are doing those things already, just that we don't hear about it so much. Truly, I was about to ask about, last year we had Bobobo Festival. A lot of other activities goes on. I was about asking whether you have programs like that to do, but it turns out you are doing those things. Like you have those activities already going on and stuff. So that is really good to know. Okay, so most of these things, you come up with your plans and everything. You work in collaboration with the communities and then schools, from what I understand.
Yeah.
That is it. Okay. So we'll be discussing some of the plans you have for the year, though. But let me jump straight into the meat of the discussion. Last year was super fun. Gosh, I was sitting in the house and I was celebrating. Look, if you see me in the studio, you'll be wondering, Kralov, are you okay? Are you okay? Please tell us about last year's activities somewhere around December. Just give us a little gist.
Last year's activities were very, very interesting. We had the beginning of the year, first quarter, we had our Ghana Month celebration, that's the Heritage Month activities. It was all about wear Ghana, eat Ghana, tour Ghana, paint Ghana, everything Ghana. Yes. And the traditional cuisine in the gardens, so many fun. We had games, traditional games and all stuff here. And then
right here,
yes,
at the forecourt.
And the forecourt
Wow.
in the gardens. Yes. And then we moved on to the Talented Kids show, where a whole 3 months was dedicated to the promotion of creative skills among the youth. And then the young girls who started so naive, they couldn't even speak, the confidence level at the end of the 3 months, when you see them, you will just marvel. And we were so happy to see that, yes, we are making positive impact in the communities. And then in the midway, since we are supposed to participate in the National Festival of Art and Culture, we have to do our homework well. So we met all the various districts, all the 18 districts were here to exhibit their cultural heritage on this stage.
Wow, here.
Yes. Togbe, the president of House of Chiefs, was here.
Okay.
And then the regional minister himself was here.
Wow.
So the celebration, and we had officials from the National Commission on Culture coming. So after everything, we adjudged winners and selected those who are going to represent the region at the national level.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Yes.
That explains a lot.
Yes.
So we basically picked the very best the region has to offer.
Yes, the very best. And there was a beauty pageant here as well.
We missed everything. Yes. We missed it.
So we selected first, second, third. But the first person was, the queen, was supposed to represent the region. And since we did our homework very well, without looking at the financial lapses, because some regions said there is no money, so they didn't do. But for us, we took time. Despite the little resources, we made sure we used that one to make things happen. So when we went there, it was obvious. We won the Miss NAFAC competition, hands down. Yeah. Yes. And we won the best costume, best talent. Award, we got the crown, and we came. And as the cultural performances too, it was on top, because even the entire dignitaries have to do a standing ovation for Volta region. Yes, because we actually planned very well. Our performances was on point, and we had the opportunity to host the next NAFAC. So
I am glad to hand this baton to the Volta region. So, Director Volta region CNC, I hand over to you the baton.
The 2026 National Festival of Art and Culture is going to be hosted by
right here in the Volta region. Gosh, I'm so, like, anytime it comes to mind, my blood is boiling. Do you know what it means? The whole Ghana is coming here. We are coming to... Anyway, we went there to sweep all the awards. Yes. Now that they're coming to us, dear Ghana, watch out. Watch out, you're coming to us now. Okay, but this begs the question. What was it because we swept the awards and then they felt like, look, we had to host it, or it was a rotational thing that it was the turn of the Volta region?
One thing is that they will look at your preparedness. Okay. Are you ready to host? When we come, what do you have to offer?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, but looking at what we offered,
it was beyond reasonable doubt.
Yes. They know that when they get here too, there will be. I told them there is even more. What we brought there, we couldn't carry all our people there.
It's true.
Yes, so they should just watch out for us.
Then there's a lot of pressure on us. So, like, Volta, please, are you ready? We need to.
Yes. During my speech, I told them when you visit Volta, it's like you are experiencing Ghana. Everything about Ghana is in the Volta region.
Wow. Oh, I see. So I know there are preparations towards that. No, maybe we'll cover those ones so that when they come, we'll surprise them, we'll blow their mind and everything, right? Yeah, so that we'll surprise them and everything. Okay, so now that we are hosting them, I believe, like I said, there are preparations and other things going on. Are there any challenges in that regard? You know, now that you're coming to host Ghana, last week I was really not happy about certain things. I was talking about it online. We hosted World Tourism Day in 2021. It wasn't glamorous. I didn't really like. It was not fun. Now that we are hosting this, I'm a little worried. Trust me, I'm not even part of Center for National Culture. But just because I'm in Volta, I feel like, Charlie, can we host these people? So far, do you have any challenges in, our preparations? I know it's just a few months in though, but...
Yes, the event itself is in 2026. That's next year. But we wish that we use this year to prepare, because there is a lot to be done. If you look at this auditorium, it's not yet completed. So the last week, the regional minister himself was here to see what can be done to ensure that the whole building is put into shape. We are fortunate to also have the Honorable Jifa Gomeshi as the Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture. So since he hails from this region, we know she will give us the necessary support to ensure that we host and host well. So this building is our number one headache. But we know with the support of our regional minister and the sector minister, Honorable Jifa Gomeshi, we will be able to cross that hurdle. AESL too was here last week after the minister came. So they are going to do the estimates and then bring the budget out, how much it will cost, and then the ministry will take it out from there. We are hoping that all attention will be here so that Volta region will also have a befitting theater when it comes to art and culture. Aside that one, the entire land that has been allocated for Center for National, this is like when you look at the government plan, the entire place is supposed to be like a cultural village that has houses, people, all those around Volta region who are into art and crafts, wood carvers. This should be their home. When you go to Kumasi Art Center, you can see they are all there. Yes, and even Accra Art Center. Yes, this is supposed to be a home for all artisans across Volta region. And then so the land that has been allocated for us, we need to fence it as well, because it's been lying there idle and there is a lot of encroachment matter. So these are one or two things, but the preparation, performances and other stuff, we are preparing. We want all those, we call Association of Performing Artists, those who are into APAC, they should all come on board. The Association of Visual Artists, they should also come on board. I'm in talks with them, those into visual arts, those into performing arts. We have to host the thing for them to know they have come to the home of culture proper. Yes. So that is preparations.
So by extension, this is the home of creatives.
Yeah.
Please, the last video I released and said you are not a creative. Please, creative, this is our home, okay?
Yeah.
If you are looking for a home, Center for National Culture is our home. Let's come around and help make this work. But that brings me to my next thing. What can we do to help? Because, look, I want to feel really good and proud that we hosted this and we hosted it so well. Like the 66th Independence Day. Some of us took it like a World Cup, like personal projects, and we were just pushing to make sure that, okay, you went to Volta and it was a disaster. No. What can we do to help? You mentioned some people already. What can we do generally?
Musicians. All those artists, as part of the program outline, there's going to be beauty pageants, there's going to be choral nights, there's going to be, so all choral groups, performers, we should all come together and our performances on that day should be on point. This place too is a home for all creative artists. So those who need a space to exhibit their arts and crafts, they should come. It will be at a very reduced rate for them because they are part of us. So they should come. They should all come on board. We want to have one home. Like when people come to tour, they should have varieties of paintings. When it's kente, they should have varieties of kente. Everything about art and culture in Volta region should be exhibited right here on this land.
Okay, so those are the preparations so far. Okay, going forward, truly, I know I'm a little biased in the sense that I don't watch television, I don't listen to radio and all that. I'm always online. Mine is online. Are there any activities that the center does online? Like, do you have an online presence? I'll just see the national one, and even that is some ways.
Yeah. So we have a head of IT who ensures that most of our activities are showcased online. Yes, and we have to do more since so whatever we are doing, especially even recently when the regional minister visited us, we make sure it is out there for people to know. The regional minister himself too is trying to project this particular event, the NAFAC event, so that a lot of people will hear about it. So that is what we are doing. And then we also plead that all media houses should come on board. Sometimes you go and they tell you the costs they are mentioning is too high. We are doing it for Volta. That is how we should all see it. And let's all help dedicate some airtime as part of our corporate social responsibility for the development and growth of the Volta region. Let's try and do that. Some of them, you speak to them, they understand and they are willing and able to release airtime for such a purpose. We will encourage more to do so. Yeah.
Okay. So you already mentioned, it's like you always tap into my next, it's like you're reading my mind, like the woman should get female. You're almost reading my mind. So you went to see the regional minister and everything. You've already said the things he's doing already. And let me just ask anyway, how from your point of view, does he have that feeling, like that culture? Last time I went to his office, it was like, do you guys speak Ewe? We said yes. And it's like, so why are you speaking English to me? And it was the fun thing. How do you think his contributions and everything, his enthusiasm and his energy for the center, what is that like?
Yes, it's so exciting to know that we have a regional minister who has a personal interest in the growth and development of arts and culture.
Nice.
Yes. The first time we went to his office was to greet him and to present the NAFAC plaque to him, for him to prepare himself to host such a big event on his land. And instantly, it was like a prompt response. Wow, if this is going to happen, then let's sit in the car, let me move to CNC.
Whoa, just like that?
Just like that. Yes, you can see that he loves art, he loves culture, and more than willing to do everything to help promote art and culture. And he told us he's going to work in close collaboration with the sector minister to ensure that this project is actually completed. So that's what we are praying for. And then all benevolent individuals, companies, those who love Volta region and love arts and culture should also come on board. You can partner with the government to ensure that this place has been fully developed. And a place can be, one of the conference rooms can be named after you for supporting such a worthy project. So let's all come on board. We shouldn't leave everything in the hands of the government.
Okay, so let me move to some other festivals that happen around. We know the traditional everyday festivals, the Soglis, the Mizans, and all those things. But there are some peculiar festivals that have a lot of interest in it. I mentioned Bobo Festival already. There was Akpeleza, I remembered years ago. It was like a big deal. It started here, and also brought it up. I think a few things happened, and it wasn't going on anymore. All of a sudden, people in Accra took it like World Cup. Now, you're in Accra, you're doing Akpele Festival, and it's a big deal. Are there plans, or are there some other activities the center is doing, like? You mentioned the dance one already, which I'll be part of myself. Wifey, I told you, the wedding that you beat me, I'll call for rematch. I'm coming for class. But are there any, peculiar, strict activities, food related? By the way, I'm doing a tutorial on how to prepare akpele, so you understand that. Are there any such plans of the center to do things like that?
Yes, there are plans on the way. This year, the National Festival of Art and Culture is a biannual event. It's every 2 years. So last year we attended. So this particular year, there's no National Festival of Art and Culture. So our regional Festival of Art and Culture, we are going to include such events. So plans are on the way, whether it's going to be Akple Festival or Fetrideci or whatever. We would look into it and then bring all ideas on board and make it very, very grand and beautiful. So preparations towards the big event, that is NAFAC 2026. We want to have a art and craft fair here. And then all these things can be things that we can put inside to make the whole place look very lovely.
you meted all my questions. You answered most of the things I want to ask in other questions too. So we know culture, especially in a part of the world here, it is passed down verbally. Okay, what your parents or grandparents tell you, and that's what we all know about. Is there any, you mentioned IT department, is there any plan, or does the center have any methods of documenting the various cultures we have and maybe preserving it in one way or the other? Does the center have anything like that?
Yes. We have also, aside the IT department documenting things online, we also have a visual art department, the research and documentation. Okay. You know, documentation can also be done through pictures. Yes. When you look at the paintings on the wall, we talked about the story migration of how the people of the Volta region migrated. Okay. When you read the entire story, so it's talking about how they were able to escape. To their present state. So paintings can also help tell the story of how things happened, or tell us history. Yeah, so that is it. We are using all forms through drama we are using drama, using painting, research and documentation. After the drama has been done, we document it and then it's online so that it can be preserved for all to also learn. And what we do mostly is we involve the youth. Okay. Now we visit schools and then we engage them to learn how to appreciate our cultural heritage and not looking down on it. And now some people feel that when you eat pizza, you are better off than those who eat akplen and eat the local. So we encourage them that it is good to even learn your local language. As you are learning the English, the local language is also very, very, very important. So so far so good too. Things are going on well, and we at the National Commission on Culture, at the national level, we are collaborating with GES also to ensure that there's a cultural day, so that people or schools would also dedicate time for such. And then even now at our churches, we celebrate Cultural Day as well. Yes. So that is it. And this, I would like to chip in our Heritage Month. March is Heritage Month. Definitely. Yes. So we have outlined series of activities to ensure that people understand and appreciate our cultural heritage. Tomorrow is Set March, and we have Youth Talent Expo right here. Okay, here. Yes. Okay. Here tomorrow. So the youth will come. We know they like dancing and other stuff. So as part of it, we are going to stage a drama to help curb the menace of teenage pregnancies. So previously, children will grow up to a marriageable age before. But now things are... The story is different. They even go and do before their parents even realize it is happening. So we are using drama as a tool to speak to the youth as part of our Heritage Month activities. And tomorrow is the D-Day for the launching of our Heritage Month activities. So we will launch and let the general public know all the activities we're going to do here as part of the Heritage Month. On the 7th, we are joining with the university, the technical university, the gender affair unit, to also educate the general public. We're going to have a discussion or a talk on how to promote young ladies and women to leadership positions. Sometimes people feel that when it comes to culture, our culture will say that the men should go to school, children, the females should. No, culture is now changing, it's dynamic, things are changing. So if you have 2 girls, 1 boy, and it's only the boy that will go to school, the girls will stay home and become liability, then it is a not. Now, all your girls, whether they are girls or not, they can all become doctors, lawyers, and at the end of the day, we can benefit holistically as a nation. So if the nation is having like 40% male and 60% female, and the females are all in the house, then how is the country developing?
We are in trouble.
We can't develop totally. So, so now we have to get the concept well. We are not promoting the ladies ahead of the males, no, because a time will also come, if you do that, time will also come, the boys will become kobolos. And now we have to do another campaign, bringing boys to school. So we are propagating total development.
Nice.
Let's help develop both the males and female to ensure that our country grow to the level that we want it to be. So that is it on the 7th. On the 16th, we are moving straight to the church, Pentecost International Worship Center. And the main agenda is to ensure that we appreciate our culture as Christians.
Okay.
I earlier on said that now Christianity is now a part of our daily lives. Yes, it's part of our culture. But we still have some Christians who see culture or hear culture as this one there is demonic, is our idol. But this means that they don't understand the definition of culture itself. So it's better we get there so that even when there are certain things we used to do that we think is not good, helping our culture, we now look at because we say culture is dynamic. We can help bring positive change in that regard. So Christians cannot just sit idle. That, this is culture, so you should go. So we'll be there. There will be traditional food exhibitions. We will eat and have fun. There will be a talk on how to appreciate our culture as Christians. There will be poetry recitals, and there will be cultural performances. Our group, CNC Folklore, will be at the church.
Whoa.
And then it will be massive there that day. Yes, then from there we'll move here to our forecourt, and several activities will be there. We'll go on a tour and so many stuff.
That's 16th
March. 16th of March. So the whole programs has been spread from January, like 1st March up to the ending of March. But the activities are beginning from tomorrow.
6 March.
Then the rest will follow suit. So we'll be on air to also announce the various dates to the general public, those who want to join us. So it's all about Eat Ghana, Tour Ghana, Wear Ghana, whatever, Drink Ghana, See Ghana, everything about Ghana. Beautiful. Yeah.
Beautiful. So all these are well and good, all these plans. I mean, already my mind is filled with ideas and concepts about how to make these things work. But we know the part of the world we live in. What are some of your challenges? Yes,
one challenge is how people see culture, even in the first place. So people, culture. People have reduced culture to only drumming and dancing. So at an event, they say, call the culture people to come and perform. So they think that culture is the dance, that is culture. That is all about culture. So even at the top level, at the national level, when they are allocating money to support culture, art and cultural activities, let's look at the health, let's look at the education. The culture there.
It's just the those who come and dance
in their mind. They don't know it's about promoting as who we are, our language, our clothes, our food, and they don't see it that way. So sometimes you will struggle before we even acquire funds to promote our. So that is one of our major challenge, how we perceive culture.
Wow.
So there's a lot of education that must go on so that we can appreciate our own and invest in our own. And that is the only way we can make it.
Nice. So perception, how we look at culture. Okay, what else? What are some of the other things that hinder your work?
Yes, funding. Yes, and it's all about the perception, because people perceive that there's no need to invest. How can this? But those in the creative industry are making it. So it is good to invest in art and culture. So we need funding. Let's change our perception and let people come in and help support us Our number 2 challenge is everything is into funding.
Yeah.
Our the auditorium is a challenge, fencing is a challenge, and people coming here, I don't know how that should be a challenge. So those who have their shops at their various locations can have an annex here.
Okay.
So that when people visit here, it will be a one-stop shop when it comes to art and culture. Everything.
Everything is here.
Everything should be here.
We need to bring some of our frames here.
Yeah.
Our tourism related to, as she said.
Yeah.
Let's work on that. Yes, we need to work on that.
Yes. So basically, that is it.
Okay, so going forward, you spoke about your plans that you have for the Heritage Month already. So apart from the Heritage Month, going forward, we also spoke about next year the hosting of the whole nation here as part of the activities. Are there any other activities that didn't fall within these 2 other categories, or now the focus is mainly on the major events we have next year?
Yeah, this particular year, after Heritage Month, we are moving into the Talented Kids Show.
Okay.
Audition forms are already out for children to buy and come for auditioning. And then aside that one, we are, after the Talented Kids Show, it will end in June, July. After that, we are going to have the Regional Festival of Arts and Culture. That's where I said there will be a lot of activities where this Art Playing Festival and other stuff can be fused in there. And then
it will be happening here?
It will happen right here.
Which month is that?
It will be in August.
August. Are you taking notes?
Yes.
It's going to be busy. Okay, in August.
Yes, August, September.
Okay.
Then we also have this program, Enterprise Skills Training.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yes, Enterprise Skills Training is also part of the August activity. This fair will be done in August, but the last week of August. But the 1st of August, we start enrolling people who want to come and learn the enterprise skills training so that they acquire employable skills and they can also employ others. So when you come here, hair braiding, there's a unit for hair braiding. There is a unit for those who want to learn how to do beading. There's a unit for those who will be doing painting. There's those who want to even learn fashion, how to sew and other stuff. We have all those machines here. Yes, so they come and then they all learn. Those who want to do batik, tie and dye, you see them doing their stuff. So a whole month is dedicated to the enterprise skill training program. And then during the graduation, the graduation ceremony will be part of the fair. Art and craft fair. They also showcase all the things they have learned, and people from the outside also come and be part of it. And then since it's a 3-day event, there will be so many activities to ensure that the whole place will be busy. Nice. And then we'll be canvassing the year with reviews and other stuff to see what we did, what went well, what did not go on well, so that we prepare ourselves for another year.
You see, those of you who are in Accra and you think Ho is boring, are you listening? This is Center for National Culture alone. If you follow their programs alone for the year, you stay in Ho and you'll be having unnecessary fun. This is beautiful. This is good. This is good. Okay, so okay, let me take your final words, and which one will I do first? Okay, any shout out, any people who you like, some appreciation, people who have been part of your journey that deserve some honorable mentions. If you can.
So
that's
we would
your
like to,
we'd
like to say a very big thank you to the Volta Regional Coordinating Council. They have been very, very, very supportive. The Chief Director, the Regional Minister. We want to say thank you so much for the support you have given us. The people of Volta region too has been very supportive in this regard. We want to say thank you, and moving forward, ensure that all your arts, crafts work, everything about art and craft is hosted right here. This is the home for you.
Nice.
And I would like to also say a very big thank you to Elder Seth Yalpiasa of El Bethel Prayer Center. They have been very, very supportive. You know, you cannot do anything without God. Yes, so God first. And when it comes to prayers, they have been there for us. They visited this apartment, this particular building. They have prayed so that arts and culture in the Volta region will be developed and developed well. So it is now left with us. God's part has been done. It's left with us to also ensure that we put in all the effort, the resources, the energies. Let's do this together. This cannot be done by one person. Let's do it for Volta region so that the Almighty God will bless us.
Okay. All right, so any final words?
Yes, my final word is that moving forward, we should have a different lens of how we see arts and culture. Culture is our way of life. Culture is part of us. It's all about us, our language, our manners. Sometimes even if somebody is very insulting, you say, this person is not well cultured. It means that the person was not brought up well. So our upbringing, everything about us is culture. So moving forward, even how we dress is culture. So it's about time we all uphold our culture and ensure that the nation, Ghana, moves to the standard that it deserves to be. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam. It's been a great honor. This was planned since last year, and I'm glad we're able to have this conversation. And I want to say we are not going to leave you. We'll also be around. We'll be passing by to see how the activities are, and then make noise about it, because it's the only thing we know how to do, and talk about your event also. So we are glad you joined us for this episode.
Very happy.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so I love you again, and well, it's Heritage Month. If you're asking me why I'm not in my African something, you slow down. If we get to the studio, we'll do that madness. Over here, Madam is cool. Everybody here is cool. If we get to the studio, we'll change the outfit and then we'll talk more. It's double V again for Visit Volta. I'll see you when I see you. SMA.